I'm glad you brought up the Green Bay Packers because
Oh boy.
the Philadelphia Eagles won a tough game against a young Green Bay Packers team 22-10. Is the Eagles offense good enough to continue winning like this? And we got a conversation about Jordan Love. We got to do our Etsy interview.
Do both of these teams have QB issues that need to be addressed? Green Bay.
Can I read this real quick?
Yeah.
Fun facts about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense, just some additional context for you guys. Since the Super Bowl run, if you take out his dominant performance, you heard that, Shelton, in that game, all of his playoff games since 2022, including Sunday night's game, have averaged only 164 passing yards per game and 1.25 passing touchdown per game.
Okay, to answer the question that is listed below first, do both of these teams have QB issues? No, both of them don't. Only one does, and it's the Eagles. Green Bay has to get Jordan Love a number one wide receiver.
Yes.
Unlike the Eagles, I feel like if we had Jordan Love in this system with AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley,
undefeated. Y'all would be undefeated.
Undefeated is crazy. Undefeated is crazy. But it's like I would feel a lot more like confident in our passing game. Especially if we had that coach too. Shit, dude, man, we would be fucking out of here. But yeah, man, like Jordan Love had a hurt hand. Jalen coming off a concussion, even though Jalen says he doesn't believe in rust and I'm good. I don't do the rust thing. I had a whole week of practice. It's just not good enough, man. I don't accept what I like. Shannon Sharp has a great saying that I really like a lot. Don't accept nothing you wouldn't win that you wouldn't in a loss. And I don't accept most of the shit I've seen from Jalen Hurts in the playoffs, barring that Super Bowl performance. It is simply just not good enough. Tampa Bay.
You're talking about the Super Bowl performance, but he fumbled to lose the game
in the first half for sure, but that was not the deciding factor. But Vegas made that call. But when it comes to Jalen's performances in the playoffs, dude, it's just not enough. I don't think anybody can sit up here and be a real Eagles fan and say the fact that it's enough to get us where we need to be. I'm not saying that nigga has to be Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he has to be, but dude, you have to be Jared Goff here. Like you have to get me 200 plus yards. You have to do that. Especially
put your phone down. Listen to this.
Especially with what we have at our disposal. Just playing a clean game. I know some people on this panel are going to say he played a clean game. He didn't turn the ball.
One person.
I am not going to applaud a fish. I'm not going to applaud a fish for swimming. I'm not going to applaud a quarterback for not turning the ball over. I'm going to just say that he's playing like he's playing like the least needed piece on offense, and he's one of the most needed in terms of just elevating your play 2 notches above where you're at. He don't got to be elite, but dude, you got to be in that that Jared Goff tier. You have to be there for him for this team to go where we need to go. 164 yards averaging out, dude. 39 yards in the first half. And you have Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert, and the best O-line in the league. It is just simply not enough. Like Kendrick said it. It's not enough. It's not enough.
You use the E word, and this is what I've been saying for the last 2 seasons.
What's the
on
E word?
Paper, elite. On paper, there's not many rosters top to bottom better than the fucking Eagles. And when I watched the first half, especially off of the kickoff. When Buddy got popped, I don't know how
dude was hitting all night, bro.
He blacked out for 2.5 seconds. That's the reason why he fumbled. That boy got hit hard, right? You get the ball back and you go up 10-0, and it was only 10-0 for the whole half. Q, everything you said, I agree with. When you use the E word, he himself doesn't have to be elite, but he can't hold this team back from being elite. Because offensively and defensively, bro, look, we talked about how bad their DBs were last season. They went and got a white boy DB, and they went and got the fast or him and Nate Wiggins, Quinyon Mitchell and Nate Wiggins were the 2 fastest DBs coming in the draft. And we saw that Quinyon is a baller. And they turned that DB, that secondary around. Darius Slay, he getting older, but he's a wily veteran. That front was dominant this year. You as a quarterback that has the God-given abilities that Jalen Hurts has, you can't hold your team back from being elite. Because they're elite everywhere else. Like you said, they're elite at wide receiver. They're elite at O-line. They're elite at running back. They're elite at defensive on
line,
the defense.
D-line,
DBs. Like, bro.
Every position they're elite at.
Like, bro, Jahan Dotson's our third wide receiver. It's just like, it's just not
Shelton,
enough, bro.
I said this last year. I said based off of this roster, the way that they started this game, they should have been up 21-28-0 at half. And Tom Brady kept saying it. They don't have a
quarterback that can do that.
And you know what? Look, my thing is this. Spike, you're not wrong. But then
he's wrong.
But then Jalen Hurts has to be the biggest rushing threat at quarterback that there is in the league. If you can't throw the ball with the elites, okay, fine. Everybody can't do it. But he has a skill set. The nigga squat like 800 pounds. He's squatting with D linemen, bro. Get your ass out there and go run for $150 a game then. Go run for $120 a game with Saquon then. You know what I'm saying? And throw for your $150. But that's 300 yards of offense from you then. So then my thing is this. And this obviously a piece of the pie go to Nick Sirianni and go to Jalen Hurts and go to the OC. But y'all gotta find a way to not allow Jalen Hurts from not allowing y'all to be an elite team because we can't make no more excuses. If you can't pass, that's fine. Get this man running 20 times a game. Then they got to do something.
Let me say something before Sheldon Lou go, because I know Sheldon's gonna, he already got his cape on, or at least he cut it up.
I'm quick.
Go and stretch the scarf out, Sheldon. Making the cape.
My thing is to the point of the Eagles' offense. It really highlights how much Jordan Love shit the bed this game, because if he was even remotely the quarterback he was, more than likely that second half of the season where he didn't turn the ball over at all, those last 6-7 games, I think this game is close because they got cheated out of that fumble recovery because the dude had the ball. If you look at the overview, the dude recovered the ball.
Took that ball
but that call didn't decide the game because, again, like FIFO said, they only scored 10 points that whole half. So it's still a ball game. Jordan Love just didn't execute. Now, granted, he lost his wide receivers.
Boys was dropping like flies, though.
Yeah, he lost his wide receivers. He lost his best O-line. Yeah, like it was just a bad game overall. But still, 3 turnovers, bro, 3-4 turnovers, however many he did, that don't help either. That damn sure don't help. Especially when Josh Jacobs was trying to do everything but throw the ball to win the game. So to me, that it just highlights like, bro, this game was close. That Packers defense was playing phenomenal. You talk about that Eagles defense, that Packers defense was playing phenomenal, at least to hold back this offensive juggernaut that the Eagles are, how y'all talked about the roster. But it just highlights, bro, Jordan Love just chose the wrong day to have a bad game. So I got to give credit for the Eagles for winning, but I'm also putting a lot of blame on Jordan Love. He fucked up.
Go ahead, Kate, man.
Mine is quick, man. I'm as a former athlete myself, the one thing that stood out most to me was when my coach would say, just win, baby. Now, you got things to work on. I don't mind talking about things to work on. But the bottom line, what Jalen Hurts says more than anything else that I agree with, let's make the main thing the main thing. Let's win, survive, and advance. Get through the next game healthy. We lost a key cog in that defense, man. Losing Nakobe Dean really, 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 really hurt. But more than anything, man, look, that defense came to play. That defense was stout. You knew you had him. I'd have snatched Jalen up to him and been like, bro, don't you lose this game. Don't you turn this. Don't. We ain't got to do all that. Just get out here, survive and advance. Let's get to the next week. With you healthy, Saquon healthy, everybody intact, and let's make the plays we need to make to win the game.
Hold on.
You're saying some goofy shit right now.
People knew he had to say, hold on, Spike.
To begin the game, Beginning of the game, he was 6 for 7.
Vitriol that I was coming with behind that bullshit.
The beginning of the game, he was 6 for 7. He went 0 for 7 in the stretch in between, and then he was pretty much flawless in the second half as far as his passing goes. He didn't pass that much, but I think it was like 7 of 8 in the second half.
So somebody in the chat,
go FIFO, please.
Somebody in the chat said that Lamar only threw for 171 and 2 touchdowns. But look at how their offense looks, right?
It don't matter.
Number one, Lamar is efficient.
In the same round, right?
Hold on. So I'm not saying like I previously said, and what Q, trust me, I got you.
He beat Lamar, didn't he?
Hold on.
I'm just asking questions.
The Ravens, The Ravens look elite. The Ravens look like that's the team that you don't want to play. And it's not because Lamar's out here throwing for 400, 500, 600 yards. It's because they are explosive. Because when you can't, bro, this is crazy. This is
the Ravens look how it's supposed to look when you got an elite quarterback and an elite running back.
Yes,
the Eagles have a under
average. You wait.
And
you talking about that elite quarterback and elite running back that Jalen Hurts beat? Because if we talking about the same team, let's talk about the same. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. You win the game in front of you the way you need to win.
Could score over 10 points with Saquon Barkley, who had 2,000 rushing yards, and somebody that y'all wheeled out there as quarterback who's a running back. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Lamar Jackson, who's a real quarterback, and I got to pay respect to both of them.
The one that beat the brakes off the Ravens when they were hot in their own stadium.
Look, Sheldon, we're in a different phase of the game right now. You're talking about regular season shit. I'm talking about playoff shit.
I'm talking about
what
winning.
The Eagles are doing in the playoffs is not going to be conducive to them in winning. And it's because of Jalen Hurts. Everybody's seen that. Anybody who's objectional looking at Jalen Hurts can see, oh, this dude can't play quarterback like he needs to win a Super Bowl, to continue to flourish in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson shows you that. He shows you what it would look like if I got somebody like Derrick Henry behind me running. We gave Barkley to Hurts, and he still looks like an under-average quarterback.
So when Lamar Jackson,
all I've been speaking to for the last 2 years.
So when Lamar Jackson,
Jalen Hurts is okay at quarterback, but he's not really fit out for that position.
So when Lamar Jackson was in the Super Bowl, how did he perform?
Let me ask you this.
Next question.
Jalen
Hurts been there. Jalen Hurts been there.
Before your closing arguments, counselor.
Been there.
Let me ask you this.
He did
before
that.
Before your closing arguments, counselor, let me ask you this real quick. When the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, and this guy that you're talking about, the play quarterback,
he balled out and had the second best performance in the Super Bowl ever.
The losing
best
play,
Super Bowl performance ever.
Right, and the losing play for them was what? The losing play for them was what?
When the pass interference call. He was a pass interference call away from winning the game. He don't play defense.
Can I ask you a question? Which quarterback did Lamar and Jalen Hurts lose that year that they went to the Super Bowl?
Patty.
Yeah, so they lost to the same guy. So the
issue is just that, bro. It's just simply not enough. Like at the end of the day,
it's enough, Q, if he's winning.
It's not a nigga. We ain't win shit. What are you talking about, Sheldon? We ain't win shit. What
you talking about? You in the playoffs?
We ain't win shit.
Are you not in the playoffs? Are you not in the playoffs? Are you out? You lost. You lost.
You keep bringing up the Super Bowl. We lost that shit.
Did you win the division?
You bringing up the Super Bowl. We lost it.
No, I'm talking about now. I'm talking about right now.
But right now, the same habits is what plagued us then. So what are you talking about? Like
I'm talking about you're winning now. That's what I'm talking about. Are you not clear with that? Are you not winning?
We're winning now because of everything else but the guy who distributes the football. That's why we're winning. Saquon Barkley, that nigga, bro. Jalen Hurts had 118 yards in that game against Baltimore.
So Jalen Hurts didn't ball against the Bengals. Did you watch the Bengals game?
Why are we talking about the Bengals?
Why are we talking about
I'm talking about just games in general. You saying like he ain't got nothing to do with winning. Come on, fam. You got to give credit where credit is due.
I'm not saying
that's what we're trying to tell you, Sheldon.
I'm not saying he's playing great. That's not what I'm saying.
No credit is due to Jalen Hurts. He's stinking it up right now.
Sheldon, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? When was the last time Jalen Hurts balled out as a QB in the playoffs?
In the playoffs? Nah, he ain't balled out in the
Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
So why are we bringing up?
That's like 2 years ago. That's
because he lost the last game, and then this game wasn't a great game. So no, that's 2 years ago.
So here's my thing: is that you can't just look like a dude in a helmet while everyone else is superstars. Like you can't just be that. You have to be competent. and
you got to win, Q. You got to win. This game is about winning.
I understand.
You care how it looks.
I understand.
I don't care about looks.
I understand.
Care about winning.
I understand. But to me, that's such a reductive argument because I'm not talking about style points. I'm talking about being competent. 39 yards in the first half ain't about looks, bro. This is about actual quality and talent.
But Q, you're a fan, so you tell me how you got the 39 yards. You look at it, you break it down. Then break it down. You like to break stuff down. What did you see? What did you see in the Cowboys? No. I want Q to tell me what he saw.
I'll break it down.
What did you see?
Okay, Sheldon, if I go get you 3 turnovers in the game and you put up 10 fucking points, we're gonna have some conversations in the goddamn locker room. Yes. Bro, what are you talking about? So I can get you 3 turnovers. Zach Bond gets you a turnover. Quinyon Mitchell gets you a turnover. Darius Slay gets you a turnover. Oren Burks gets you a turnover, and you get 10 points in the first half with 39 yards. That's enough for you?
What did you see him do?
I'm asking you a question. Nothing. Is that enough for you?
Nigga, that's what he's saying.
No. But I'm asking you what part was on him. Did you not watch the all 22s? Did you watch the breakdown? Did you
let's move on. Now
niggas gotta watch. Now niggas gotta watch the coaching tape.
You don't have to move
now
on.
Niggas gotta watch the coaching tape to understand the relevance of Jalen Hurts.
We're gonna stay right here.
It's bigger than surface.
We're gonna stay right here. I'm so tired of Jalen Hurts apologists bringing up offensive fucking coordinators. Bro, this is so beyond Kellen Moore. This is so beyond whoever else we had, Steichen. He has had 4 offense coordinators, and he has been the common denominator.
Yeah,
he has been the common
winning more than most quarterbacks.
No, the team is winning, Sheldon. The fucking team is winning.
Absolutely, he's the quarterback.
The team is winning. The Eagles organization is winning.
He's the quarterback of.
And yes, he's the quarterback of. So it's the same reason why people like Daniel Jones went to the playoffs. The whole team was playing good. Saquon looked amazing.
Daniel Jones.
Yes, I'm comparing him to Daniel Jones. They have very similar stats.
We can move on.
And they do the same shit. Now, if you give Daniel Jones, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jahan Dotson, and one of the best O-lines.
Get the hell out of here.
That's insane, bro.
What was another question, Ken?
Ken tapped out on us. Ken like, fuck this shit.
That's wild right there. That's wild.
No, because that sounds so crazy to me, bro. Like, as an actual Eagles fans, I don't know if Sheldon is aware of this, but actual Eagles fans have been talking every single game about why is our first half offense so bad? Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, bro, it's Jalen. He's not processing these fucking throws. We want to talk about Russell Wilson not being able to get to his second, third read. We're looking at Jalen to get his second, third read, and he can't. And we're like, okay, Dallas Goedert's wide open in the flat. Why is why is that not happening? Devontae Smith is open at the top of the route. Why is that not happening? And you have a bunch of different opinions coming from ESPN and Fox analysts saying, oh, the Packers concepts were better than the Eagles concepts and they were locking it up. I don't want to hear that shit, dude. You have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, all these people. And if you tell me you go into that locker room and ask Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, were you locked up every fucking play? What the fuck you think they gonna say, Sheldon? This ain't about looks, bro. This is about just efficiency. And he not being efficient.
Being efficient is winning the game. I was reading the book on the sideline.
No, I was reading the book on the sideline. No, Sheldon, that's an outcome. No, Sheldon, that's an outcome. That's not about efficiency. You can backdoor your way into a fucking win. That's happening all the time.
You can. It does happen all the time.
But that's not. But it ain't gonna happen enough
for you. It's not gonna happen enough for you to be the second winning.
Trevor Lawrence wasn't efficient in that comeback.
You can't be the second quarterback, second winning quarterback. Here's winningest quarterback in the league and backdoor your way to that.
Here's what I'll say.
No, but you can get carried to that by your team.
You can't be carried to that.
Right.
Yes,
you got to contribute.
We saw Russell Wilson get carried. We saw Russell Wilson get carried in his earlier seasons with the Seahawks. Russell Wilson threw 4 interceptions against Green Bay in the NFC Championship game, and they went to the Super Bowl. So don't talk to me about how Russell Wilson was efficient in that game. You love to set a standard and move the goalpost.
That ain't moving no goalpost. That ain't moving the goalpost.
You didn't move the goalpost. You said efficiency.
I ain't say nothing about Russell Wilson.
You said you talk about that game.
I said
you hung your hat on efficiency. No, you're not going to overtalk and try to do this. You hung your hat on efficiency. Because you're not listening. You hung your hat on efficiency.
Yes,
that is not indicative of outcome. You can be inefficient and still win a football game. Yes or
Absolutely.
no? Yes.
Absolutely.
So don't talk to me about how Jalen Hurts is efficient because he wins.
But
that is a team stat.
He was in there on the game plan.
That is a team stat.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about wins because you got to ultimately
But
win.
you're putting it at the feet of Jalen Hurts, so that defeats your argument.
You still throwing out what's the most important thing: winning the games.
And
you
that's
once
a team
again,
stat.
once again,
Lou, what he's saying is your quarterback is being
question.
carried to wins. That's
at
it.
times,
Your quarterback is
absolutely, they
being
all
carried
are.
to wins.
At times they all are.
Specifically, your quarterback.
No,
Well,
you can't say
look,
specifically.
all right,
All of them are.
so-
Yeah.
Let's move.
So
let's move on.
here's the issue.
I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Absolutely.
Shelton clearly has a different standard for Jalen Hurts than anybody else in the NFL.
world.
On the planet.
I don't have a different
No,
standard.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
No,
you can say you don't. No. Shelton, you've been talking for the last 15 minutes. The reason why I say this is because go ahead. Go
I was gonna say my different standards for the so-called fans, the fans that sit out here and complain about, you got to do this better. You got to. That's where my standard comes in,
right?
Because I understand he can play better. I ain't nobody said he played great.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not played great. But at the same time, he's winning games.
Terrible,
That's the
nigga.
point.
That's it. He's played
terrible all the way until he loses. Then I'm gonna have a problem.
Here's the issue, because number one, fans have the right to do that because they've been enduring this. You're just along for the ride, Shelton, until Jalen leaves. That's the issue that probably fans have with you, is that you're not a real fan.
I see some of their fans saying the same thing though. I thought I was alone, but I'm not. But my thing is what I'm saying is you default to the real basic elementary elements of an argument, is that you just say they win the game. Is he won this? Do they do that? When we discuss other quarterbacks that just win the game, you don't allow them those graces. And you
nigga.
What quarterback?
That Al, nigga.
Jared Goff is one. You did the same thing against Stafford when he went on to win the Super Bowl.
Jared Goff threw
Jimmy G.
Jared, what
did he do, Shelton? He threw 5 interceptions, right?
And everybody gave him a pass. So what I do is try to make it balanced. So if everybody pull it left, I'm gonna pull back down. That's all.
Brock Purdy's a good one. Okay.
Brock Purdy is a perfect example for you, Shelton.
Why?
Because you was shitting on him. You were shitting on him.
What?
You were saying he didn't.
Your standards are different, Shelton.
You were saying he didn't deserve that.
No, they're
different. Be there. They need to get another quarterback.
I said Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy probably performed better than Jalen Hurts has.
No, see, I won't let people say that. Brock Purdy deserves the money he get. I was on the side of the money. Y'all was the ones that said he didn't deserve the money.
I ain't talking about the money. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm talking about the
man made the Super Bowl. You can't complain.
Okay, I'm talking about the performance on the field, and you're saying that the performances on the field are different when it comes to your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, versus every other quarterback.
No, I just try to. Let me tell you what it is. What I try to do is balance it out, because once again, you can't give a guy like Jared Goff all his credit for throwing all these picks like y'all tried to do, but then say Jalen Hurts is bad when he won and didn't throw none. You can't do that. So I'm gonna try to bring it back this way.
He had 39 yards in a playoff game.
Shelton, at the core of what you said is that did they win? You say that. Oh, yes. I just heard you just basically argue Q down with just that one thing. And that's what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is,
it's not fair. It's not even across the board.
If Goff wins, I get off Goff. I ain't think about that. I'm gonna
talk about winning. They're the number one seed in the NFC.
No. Stop it. But Shelton, you also did the same thing with Stafford too. I mean, I could go. I could pull up.
I hated Stafford.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Your standards are different.
That's not a standard.
That's called moving. That's called moving. That's called moving. That's called moving.
Stafford. Let's move on. Here, to answer the question, I think the offense is good enough to win the Super Bowl because of everything else that's around. I think the defense is really good enough. I think they caught the Packers when they were down some weapons. Jordan Love wasn't good enough. He was awful, but he's a gunslinger. It must be a Packers mentality to just go get guys like that. And it is what it is. I'm not going to put a lot of blame on him because he was down a core receiver, and then he started losing guys like flies. So I'm gonna give him a pass for his performance because in the second half he was able to kind of get him down there, and he was able to score a touchdown. He threw an interception. I mean, not an interception, but he threw a pass that if he had his receivers, they probably would have scored on a touchdown on one of those cuts in the red zone. So, you know, he tried with what he had, but he had Bo Melton and some other dude out there.
Jordan Love didn't even have feeling in his throwing hand, and I really couldn't tell the difference between both of the quarterbacks. Like, this shit is like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah. So
I know Q.
Nick, I know
how you like them. You like
Nick,
them perfect.
I know. I said
I come from the Donovan McNabb, Mike Vick. I come.
Nick, I know he said he's on watch, but but no, I'm gonna give him a pass. Yeah, you know,
I was arguing with other people. I was arguing with other people in the Reddit thread. They talking about Jordan Love overrated. He's a fraud. All the other stuff. He got paid off of one playoff run. I'm like, bro, he's proven in back-to-back seasons he can take the Packers to the playoffs. He's proven that he can win in playoff situation. He damn near beat the 49ers to go to the NFC title game last season. So if he had a shitty game this game, but I gotta see next season. If next season he still continues to play like this unorthodox and unprepared, he looked like he seemed like he was. Granted, of course, he was losing guys, but he got to be better.
You're just talking about this game, or you talking about overall? Because
they were talking about overall him as a quarterback.
I think
this game, man,
he's the best quarterback in that division.
Yeah, this game, this game, I don't really fault him for this game. At times he's a little wild, but I can't fault him for this game. One, he lost a lot of players. He lost Christian Watson going in. He lost about 3 or 4 guys during the game, and that defense was hell. I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough to play quarterback in this league, and it's tough to play against a defense like that. He was facing some monsters out there. So I don't blame him for this game as much as I do, you know, the fact that they were just outmatched. That's really what it comes down to. And I don't really look at him like too harsh on this game.
And really, I was surprised LaFleur didn't have a better game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Last point, Spike, and then we'll move on.
And I agree with Sheldon in the sense of I just think that it was a bad game plan. And I do still think that Jordan Love is probably the best quarterback in that division. I don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust Jared Goff over Love as far as talent. I don't trust anyone else. I think Love is the top at that division in the sense of I don't know what Caleb gonna do yet. Maybe he will be better at some point, but Love is the best quarterback in that division right